Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The topic of my presentation is autonomic computing. First, we understand the word autonomic. Systems manage themselves according to an administrator's goal. New components integrate as effortlessly as a new cell establishes itself in human body. These ideas are not science fiction but elements of the grand challenge to create self-managing and computing system. The term autonomic computing is a vast and somewhat tangled hierarchy of natural self-governing systems, many of which consist of myriad interacting self-governing components that in turn comprise large number of interacting autonomous self-governing components at the next level down. They are enormous range in scale, starting with molecular machines within cells and extending to human markets, societies, and the entire world. Socioeconomic mirrors that of computing system. Thus, we believe it will be profitable to seek inspiration in the self-governance of social and economic systems as well as purely biological ones. Self-management in autonomic system is the self-management, the intent to which it is to free administration from the details of system operation and maintenance to provide users with machines that run at peak performance 24 by 7 hours. Like biological namesakes, autonomic systems will maintain and adjust their operation in the face of changing components, workloads, demands, and external conditions. They might be continually monitor its own use and check for component upgrades. For example, it deems the advertised features of the upgrades worthwhile, the system will install them. So the self-configuration is installing, configuring and integrating large complex system is challenging, time-consuming and error-prone even for experts. So the autonomic systems will configure themselves automatically in accordance with high-level policies representing business-level objectives, for example, that specify what is desired, not how it is to be compliant. So the self-optimizing is the autonomic systems will continually seek ways to improve their operation, identifying and seizing opportunities to make themselves and more efficient in performance or cost. Just as muscles become stronger through exercise and the brain modifies its circuitry during learning, autonomic systems will monitor, experiment with, and tune their own parameters and will learn to make appropriate choices about keeping functions or outsourcing them. The next one function is self-healing. In this function, autonomic computing system will detect, diagnose, and repair localized problems resulting from bugs or failures in software and hardware, perhaps through a regression tester. The knowledge about the system's configuration, a problem diagnosis component, would analyze information from log files, possibly supplemented with data from additional monitors that has requested. The system would then match the diagnosis against known software patches, install the appropriate patch and retest. So the final function is self-protection, in which the autonomic system will be self-protecting in two senses. They will defend the system as a whole against large-scale and cascading failures that remain uncorrected by self-healing measures. They also will anticipate problems based on early reports from sensors and take steps to avoid or mitigate them. While when we comparison with these functions of autonomic computing with the current computing, the autonomic computing in self-configuration, automated configuration of components and systems follow high-level policies, rest of system adjust automatically and seamlessly. While in self-optimizing, components and systems continually seek opportunities to improve their own performance and efficiency, and in self-healing, systems will automatically detect, diagnoses and repairs localized software and hardware problems. While in self-protection, systems automatically defend against malicious attacks or cascading failures. It uses early warning to anticipate and prevent system-wide failures. So in the diagram, the elements interact with other elements and with human programmers via their autonomic managers. The autonomic element will typically consist of one or more managed elements coupled with a single autonomic manager that controls and represents them. The managed element will essentially be equivalent to what is found in ordinary non-autonomic systems, although it can be adapted to enable the autonomic manager to monitor and control it. Each autonomic element will be responsible for managing its own internal state and behavior, for managing its interaction with an environment that consists largely of signals and messages from other elements and the external world. The autonomic elements will function at many levels, from individual components such as disk drive to small-scale computing systems such as workstation or servers to entire automated enterprises. There are some challenges like engineering challenges. The life cycle of an individual component element of a relationship among autonomic elements reveals several changes. Others rise in the context of the system as a whole, and still more become apparent at the interface between humans and autonomic systems. The life cycle of an autonomic element will begin with design and implementation, continues with test and verification, proceeds to installation, configuration, optimization, upgradation, monitoring, problem determination and recovery, and culminates in uninstallation or replacement. So the main challenges are in these engineering challenges are design, test and verification, and next one is installing and configuration, and the last one challenges are monitoring and problem determination, where is the flaw in these system. So these are check in monitoring and problem determination phase. The some other challenges like scientific challenges of the autonomic computing will hinge on the extent to which theorists can identify universal principles that span the multiple levels at which autonomic system can exist, from systems to enterprises to economies. The main challenges for scientific point of view: the behavioral abstraction and models, robustness theory, learning and optimization theory, negotiation theory, and automated statistical modeling. The behavior of this autonomic system and different models are discussed in behavioral and abstraction models. The robustness theory is about how it can be robust and how it perform well on this point of view, on this scenario. The next one is learning and optimization theory. We will solve the best suitable choice to make the best theory. We can learn this model, we can learn this system and provide to best suitable optimized solution. So the negotiation theory, we will negotiation with the some other challengers who have already this challenge. So the automated statistical modeling, we will statistically analyze this model, and automated means that we can automate this system, and then we can find the proper solution to this. So these are the scientific challenges we will discuss there. So that's all. Remember me in prayers. Thank you and Allah.